Morning. Fixing to put up a new shelf here in the shed or in the garage. They had some more expensive systems there at Lowe's, but I decided not to go with those because that's just one little shelf that I need. This one right here is going to be over behind the workbench up in the air. That way I can take all of those solvents and car care products, all that the little bottles of spray stuff that you have around, break free, all that kind of stuff. Instead of having them on that shelf over there, I'm going to try to put them right over on this shelf here. That way they're right over above the workbench for when I'm working. That way if I need something, I can just reach up and get it. I can see what I have and I know exactly where all of the little spray bottles and everything are. I went a little overkill with it because these here, they're, they don't look all that thick, but they're pretty sturdy. And to put those on, I got these little concrete anchor screws that are a 1/4 inch by 1 3/4, because that goes deep enough into the wall to where I think they'll hold. And the good thing, it's a concrete wall, so it is a little bit of a more pain in the butt to put a shelf up, but I don't have to look for studs. And I hate looking for studs. So I went ahead and just drilled the holes. There's a certain deal. It tells you on the packaging what bit size and all. Well, that's the wrong side there. It tells you if it'll focus. Dadgummit. But it'll tell you with the size of the screw that you're using, what size drill bit to use, and then those were right underneath the screws there on the shelf at Lowe's. And these things, between the two of them, it says per pair, these can hold 1,000 pounds. So I don't have to worry about overloading them. And once I put one up, I actually did hang from it. So I know that it's going to be solid and it's going to stay there for a while. So now I got to go cut the shelf to put on top of it. And here it is. 12 inches wide, 50-ish inches long. So all I gotta do is set it up on there. I'm gonna center it up a little bit. That way it's not hanging over the window or anything. It clears the toolbox and the window. And it's up high enough to where I won't be hitting anything on it if I'm using the workbench here. And but it's low enough where I can still reach to it from the other side of the workbench. So I'm going to get those screwed up on there with 3/4 inch drywall screws, or lath screws. The reason I'm using these is because they got a nice wide head on them. That way I won't have to worry about the screw poking through or anything. It'll hold it on there real nice, and they're only 3/4 inch long. So that should go through the bracket hole and into the wood without going through the top side, because that's 3/4 tongue and groove subfloor, just an extra scrap piece I had sitting around in the garage here. But that should allow me to put these through the bottom side and not have to worry about any spiky things poking up through the top. So let me get that screwed down real quick. And then just like that, there it is. It's all screwed down. So it's not going anywhere. I got plenty of space up there. That's all just 1 row deep. So I can still push stuff back if need be. Everything's put back together. Got the bench back up against the wall. So now I got room to work if I need to. I can take one of these little clamp lights here. If I need some light somewhere else, I can clamp it right to the shelf, maneuver the light to where I need. And then the reason I use this grooved edge on this 3/4 piece of tongue and groove is if I ever need to, like for little things like this, for mixing the gas and oil together for the chainsaw with the right mixture, if I ever want to get stuff like that out of the way, instead of taking room up on top of the shelf, I just got to put a screw in the edge of it, and then I'll be able to just hang stuff from it if need be. So now I've got plenty more room to maneuver my lights, because right now I've just got that one clipped onto the window, that one clipped onto my toolbox. So now if I need light somewhere else, I can just go ahead and clip it wherever I need it. And everything I need, right there. Plus, it takes them off of the edge of that shelf, because they were kind of teeter-tottering on there. I was already out of space. So, I like it. I think it'll work. It's just another addition to the garage project. So, appreciate y'all watching. Hopefully, you learned something maybe. I don't know. So, I'm going to get back to working. One thing I didn't show y'all today is finished up my wife's car, I hope. The scan tool should be in tomorrow, so I can clear out that code that's on her check engine light on her dash. Yeah, I'll explain that one in a different video. That way it's got its own deal, its own purpose. So, I'm going to get back to what I was doing. Y'all be good.